Hey everyone, hope you're all doing great. And yes, very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all who all are joining us today. My name is Parth Varu. I'm Events and Program Manager for Microsoft Reactor, and I'm based out of Bangalore. We have an exciting session today with another episode with on AI102, creating a knowledge store with Azure AI Search by Swami. But before we start our today's event, let's go through our code of conduct. We are all here to learn together, participate together. So please be respectful of other people's views, understand their differences, be kind and considerate in a way we all engage. Yes, we do encourage you all to participate. Please drop all your questions in the comment section and we will pick it up from there. I would not like to delay further and would like to bring in our speaker and host of AI102, Swami. Hey, hi, Swami. How are you doing?
Hey, Parth, good afternoon. I'm doing good. Thanks so much. How are you doing this afternoon?
It's great. It's nice. It's all already pre-monsoon, so it's very pleasant now.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's like a very exciting session that we have today with an
Right,
ongoing series.
right. So I'm also all excited. Thanks so much,
Thank you.
guys, for joining. Parth will share my GitHub repo link,
Yes.
which he has. So this is my main GitHub repo, Vishipalur,
Yeah.
and this is the series, and you'll find a folder on today's date. This one, 28. I mean the episode 28, and we'll take 1 minute to see what is that we are doing, and a lot of enhancements and changes happened from the time we did started this series, and April 30th there was a major change. We see a lot of reshuffling. So what we discussed is, along with whatever the sections which we are doing, we'll come back and backfill some of those. So if you see, we started with the search and we completed three modules: module 1, 2, and 3. Today we are working on fourth module. So sorry, third module. This is a third module. Along with that, what we are doing is we are coming back to this one also, where we'll be doing the first section from get started with Azure AI services. Let's look at a high level, but we will be doing deep dive. But just at least the hands-on section we will cover here. And then if you see in this chapter, the use of AI responsibility with AI Foundry content safety. This is a new one, which will be mixing this with the next episode and this in today's episode. To a decent extent, if you see this, whatever the delta which were added or removed, that's covered. Like if you go and see that, we can say that, okay, chapter 1 is done, and we'll see what is there in delta in chapter 2 and chapter 3 as and when we progress. But I would like to first complete the delta, whatever is remaining in this chapter 1, as and when we progress. So as of now, we just cover only the hands-on piece, but again we'll come back and backfill any of the things which are remaining in this module 1 and module 5 or 6. Just let me count: module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, module 1 and 6. Module 1's the hands-on piece we'll look at now as much as possible. If not, we'll again revisit. If the time is less, we will again revisit along with the other modules which we have here. If you see, we are done with module 3. We do have module 4, 5, 6, and this 2 we'll do it in one. So at least there are 4 different modules. Then we'll come back and backfill some of the changes which are there in different chapters. Okay, that's the plan of attack. So now let's see what is that we are going to do today. Create a knowledge store with Azure AI. So first let's see what did we do to a decent extent, and then we'll come back and see knowledge mining. I'll open this. We'll spend not more than 5 minutes in this one just to have a quick look at some of the things. How did we progress? So let's go to the labs and let's see this. And here, if you see, most of the piece we did it through through the portal itself. Like we wanted to create a Azure AI search solution. So we were able to create a resource group, and inside the resource group, we created an Azure search solution, multi-service account, Azure AI service, storage account. We just created that, and like this is the search, and this is multi-service account, and then next in is the storage account, and we have ensured that anonymous access on individual containers. We selected that, and then prepare and develop app in cloud shell. So where we did the cloning of this, upload this one shell script or PowerShell or this batch file, all are doing the same thing. It is traversing the folder and uploading the files. We'll have a quick glance on that. So see this, it creates a container, and then it uploads all the files from this folder, whether we do it through the batch file or through the shell script. If you see shell script and shell script using az command, and batch files are also using az command. The PowerShell is very specifically using PowerShell module of Azure. And the next piece is, let's quickly look at that. We did upload document, then index was manually performed in the portal, where we have selected the data source and all these things, adding the enrichment, the skill set name we gave, we selected OCR and everything we remember. We are following the same Margis travels. So it's not a new concept, it's the same concept. Then we ensured that different things are selected: retrievable, filterable, sortable, facetable, and searchable. Everything we selected, and then we were able to search index with a single field or with a JSON in the portal. Then we have modified the search component. For that, we took the help of, again, the modify search, another shell script over here, and we have to give this values. So I think to a decent extent we did that in the first session, and we invoked the we invoked this REST APIs. If you see that, it's hitting the URL indexes, margin index. Okay, it's put command, post command. We were able to complete that, see the modify index, and we created a search client. So where we were able to look into this Margis travel, the portal, where we were able to go and hit these endpoint from, if you come and see here in the app settings. Let me increase the font. Okay, inside the app settings, we have the search endpoint and the query key. So if you go to the search, we will have both the admin key as well as the query key. So you will see the difference when you are modifying something. We'll use an admin key. So whereas in the applications, when we are using the query key. That one difference we'll be able to C, and the code has been given in both. Uh, One is in .NET 9, if I'm not wrong. Oh, it's in .NET 8. Okay, I thought it is in 9. Maybe I need to update. I'm not sure, but whatever I have in my local is .NET 8. I assumed it was 9. So we see the NVC project here. Okay, so the other one is with Python was in the same margins travel is in Python Flask, and here we have the env file. So this was the first episode where in the search solution path we were able to complete that. So let me open the preview, and also I'll open this preview to keep it. Oh, we don't need that. Anyways, we'll follow the documentation. So here again, we didn't worry much of creating the resources. Something we did it. Something most of the things was through the automation. If you come and see the setup, where it creates the storage account, it uploads the file, it creates the container. Okay, it retrieves the storage key, it creates a container, then uploading piece is taken care by the is taken care by this PowerShell, where we manually used to do. If you come and see what is happening here, so here we see that again we came back and we were able to multi-service account is one which we have created, and from the setup perspective, if you see that it is creating a storage account, uploading the file, storage container, sorry, retrieving the storage key, creating the container, uploading the files, and then creating the search service here, and spitting out those information. Like if you see that what is the storage account which was created, and what is the complete connection string, here show connection string, and also what is the search endpoint, and what is its admin key and query key. This was I was talking about. When we go into the security piece, security piece, we'll get all these two pieces. So this is a much of the faster thing, like only the multi account. Even this can be done, but for some reason, this is how it is. And if you see when it's set up, once you execute that, it kicks in and it spits out this storage account, its complete connection string, search endpoint, admin key, and query key. And again, we have to create the search. Again, for creating the search, we have the we have this again shell script and batch file, where end of the day behind the scene it's using the curl command to hit the endpoint, the search endpoint, and it's creating the data source, skill set, index, and indexer. Similarly, what we did it in the first episode where we manually created all these things, now everything is getting created, including the storage account, uploading the files, and creating the search. Everything is done here in the step 2. And updating, where we did that, again it's being done using another shell script or batch file. And then end of the day, once we create the search solution, that is through automation, and even the index, we can search the index once everything got created. When we created the search, create search, and then additionally we created the Azure function to have the custom skill. We saw this was there, and creating the search inside the update command. We remember that if you go to the update skill, you can see this web API, and we also saw that AML, Azure machine learning, can be used, and we saw that how to create an Azure function and how to use that Azure function, inside the update search, and here you can see the Azure function endpoint URL. We used it in the previous session, and we were able to search. So those were the previous two session quick recap to get the context what we did. Here we did the custom, here we did the custom skill. The first one was basic, most of the things, um almost everything. I assume we did it through the portal. Second one was we just created the multi-service account. Rest of the things were through automation. And again, creating the Azure function was a little bit of thing which we relied on portal, but it can be done on our local also. The demo what was given was through the TypeScript or the JavaScript, but it can be in any language. Now let's come back and see what is that we are going to do in today's thing. So let's start with this create knowledge store. And before going to that knowledge store, let's spend a quick minute on this one uh, and see this introduction. I also used ChatGPT, I mean the GitHub Copilot to bring it. I mean, I'll check in this code, and here is a playlist. Inside the inside that you will be able to see, and you see that introduction to knowledge store. So while Azure AI Search is enriching the data using AI skills. We saw that all those things in the portal as well as here in the when we are creating or wherever it is, you can see the skill set. So you can see those skill set, whether the sentiment analysis skill set or entity recognition or OCR or key phrase extraction or language detection, merge skill. You saw that OCR, image analysis. Okay, some of the existing one. While it is doing, stores result of an index for a comprehension search beyond the basic text. We know that. Now, knowledge store. What is this knowledge store? So, extended enriched data beyond search. So, what happens is we can use this data integration where the exported JSONs can be given to the Azure Data Factory, can be used for analytics or files. We'll see this each and everything, how the data store can store these things in a tabular form or in a JSON format or in a file format. We'll see that. So something known as projections. Knowledge store consists of projections of enriched data. So JSON objects for data integration, tables for relational analysis, images for extracted media. Like within our PDF files, if there are some images, let's take one of the example of that and then look at it. So for the time being, let's come back to data over here. I'll go to collateral and open in a file explorer. And let's see inside this Margie's travel or any of the browser for the matter of fact. This is one image which is there, and London browser, we'll see a couple of images are there. Just remember that there are few images inside that. So when it extracts, it will have a capability to extract this and store it in a knowledge store. So that is what we are discussing over here. So you see this, these are extracted images. Some of the relational analysis will be in this one. Now, how does the projection, uh, we can define the projection. So you can see that sharper skills, like if you see different skills we have seen here in this one, like if you see in the previous one, let me go back to the skill set. Okay, this is the one. Let's go to the updated one. updated skills. So here, those are the basic or built-in skill set. On top of that, we can do web API and the Azure machine learning. Those two skill set. Now here, something we call it as a sharper skills. So that's for the projections. Okay, sharper skill simplifies a complex document into well-formed structures for knowledge store projections. So knowledge store projections is either it will be stored as a JSON objects or a table or an image. So here we are specifying the projections what it is, and now here we have the uh, resulting structure of what is those things, and define the knowledge store. So inside the knowledge store, as we saw that the projections are either the uh, JSON object itself, or it could be in a different tables, or it could be a files in the sense specifically images. All the different images will be in this files, and something which we want to do for analytical purpose, it will be in a tabular form, and something you want to send it to the Azure Data Factory. The same example what was given in the Microsoft documentation will have a JSON. Okay, so that's the one projection type. So container, that's what we saw there. And let's start with the hands-on. Let me come back to the portal, Azure portal, and I'll come back to this. Let me come back to the portal, and this is the Margie's Travels. Let me select that. Let me nuke it, and we will create 002. Anyways, it might not allow us to create 001 for next 24 hours or something. So we'll not worry about it. We'll go ahead and create the 002. Okay. So what we will do is first we'll execute it. Come back over here. So I already did the first command, AZ account show. So that shows my Azure sponsorship, MVP sponsorship account. And what I will do is I'll come back to the Microsoft's folder. We will grab the third, copy the path, and we'll come back and we'll do a CD. Okay, it has got the setup command. So let's go into that setup command, and have this and these to us. So instead of Margie's Travel dev 001, I'm doing dev 002. So let's do setup and hit that. Okay, before that there was some other command which I forgot to execute. That's create the group. I should have executed that before doing it. I executed, so things will fail. Let's not proceed with that. That's what I was in little hurry. No, 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 don't create. What are you creating? Could not be found. Okay, I know that. So let's execute this next command. I was little hurry. I'm sorry for that. Let's execute the second command to create the resource group. I don't know what it has done. Did it do any damaging thing? I don't know. I'm not sure on that. Hope it didn't do that. So it created this. It created the dev 002, a new resource group. Now it's going to create the storage account. Maybe some of the command, AZ command, which is being used will be removed in future 25 11 30. So by November. So I think AZ command, whatever the version which we are using, is the latest one, which I updated 2 hours ago. So that's for sure it is. Might be the command. It says that user warning package resources is duplicated. Okay, maybe the multi API storage v2 file share. Some packages getting deprecated, so it's not affecting the demo. I have executed the entire demo and saw it is not at all impacting the demo. So I think we are covered. We are good in this. Let's see. I'll have a glass of water in the meanwhile. So it's creating a search. Let's see that some of the things which we can verify. So we have come here. So we can see Margie's resource group has been created. So let's see, is it going? No, it's not showing here. So let's go navigate from here, and we'll see that it has created, and also it is giving all these three information. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this, because we definitely need, including the storage account and other things. I'll copy this and store it here in the README file at the bottom. Anyways, we need it. Let me come back to this. We have seen, and we can see that we have created the resource group and kicked in this setup.batch file, and then we need to create the search, and again the assigning the data source and skill set and index and all these things. So let's come back here to look at that. So the data is the same folder, and one thing we can see in this create search, it asks for the search and its key. Here you see this, it's an admin key. So I have copied here in this readme. So it needs the search index. It needs the search endpoint that I'm copying, and it needs the admin key. Let me grab the primary admin key. There you go. Okay, rest it is doing the hitting the endpoint, and we'll give a quick glance on rest of the files. It might need something else also. So from the data source perspective, it needs to connect to the data source. So let's see, spend 2 minutes time to understand what all things it created. We don't need to jump into the multi-service account except using the key for this. If you come the keys and endpoint, except using these keys, we are not using anything there. So next thing is, if you come to this search, and here we can see that nothing has been configured in the data source, nothing in the skill set, index, or indexes. We didn't do anything there. Okay, so we definitely need to hook it up the knowledge store of that. So you can come in here, and this is the knowledge store which it already split it. So let me grab this. Okay, so we have the knowledge store. So we have executed that setup. Yeah, right now we are here. First thing is we need to go in the Margis knowledge, okay, and this data source. We do need to update this one. So this things has to be created. So then we will go to the skill set. So where we define what are those things uh, which has to be created. So we'll come back here. Look at, we know that the sentiment skill set, entity recognition, key phrase extraction, language detection, merge skill, OCR, and image analysis is there. Now, in the previous session, in session 2, we discussed on the web API skills where we were hooking it to the Azure function. Now we are using the sharper skills so that these things, whatever the content which is getting generated as part of the enrichment pipeline, can be stored. Those projections can be stored to a data store. So here we are seeing that what all the things which we want to store, and key phrases and everything, locations. We have defined all those things, and we said that put it in this knowledge projections. So here in the knowledge store where we are defining that the storage account key, and also in the projections we are saying that all the JSONs should be stored inside this, okay, the container name margis knowledge, and the files, these are the JSON files, and the files, all the images should be stored in this margis images, and all the relational data will get stored in multiple tables, table, key phrase, location, image, and docs. So different things are getting stored here. So we see that we are using the same sharper skills to define the projection. And at the bottom, we have the knowledge store, which includes the connection string, and also it's giving that contain a group containing an object projection based on the knowledge projection. And we saw that all the key phrases and everything, and we need to replace the connection string at the bottom. And these things we can look into the data source. We know what it is, and the skill set also, we saw that some of the existing enrichments built in, and on top of that we are doing the projections also. In the second episode we did the custom skill. Now if you can see the index, the same one, nothing to modify. And here in the indexer also, I don't think there's something we need to modify. We don't need to modify anything in the, either in the index or in the indexer, except the names are little different. So then what we will do is we'll go into the folder and we'll execute a command. So cd create, okay. So then we call it as this command. Hope I have given all the fields properly. Uh, what it failed? Oh, I'm sorry. The key. That's what I was thinking. That something I'm missing. Where is that? Where is that? This is the one. And in the skill set, we came and updated the connection string, but we forgot to update this key. Okay, so let's see. We'll come back to the Margie's travel. Let's go to this one, and let's go into the keys and endpoint, and let's grab the first key, and We modified it. Let's come back. I don't know whether it will work or not, but let me redo it right. Okay, I think it is working. Cannot create because it already exists. Oh, okay, no problem. So let's spend some time. Do you want to turn it? Yes, I want to turn it. Let's come back here because it is because of me. I made the mistake. Let me wipe off the mistakes. Let me come in there. Let me delete it. So deleted the data source. Now let me come to the skill set and come on, come on, come on. Okay, delete the skill set. That's cool. Let's go to the index. Should I delete the indexer or index? I think I should delete the indexer first. Oh, okay. And then because indexer is the one who's generating this, okay, it automatically nuked it. Well and good. So we lost a couple of minutes. I apologize for that. And now let's see. Cool. There are no errors whatsoever. So it's creating that and creating the index. What else? Creating the skill set, creating the data source, creating the skill set, and creating the index and creating the indexer. Oh, we were right. So we did the same thing. Nuke the data source, skill set, index, and the indexer. So I think now those should appear. If I come back and refresh, we do have those indexes, but we can see that those are in progress. And we have the blob storage. Let's go and look at the blob storage. What does it have and what it doesn't have? So let me go into the tables. The tables are, it created those tables. We should have checked it before. Then inside the blob containers, we see Margis, knowledge, images, and other things. We'll come and we'll do a little bit of dive, if not deep dive, at least to a decent extent dive. We'll do it. View the knowledge store, and we can go into the blob containers. In addition to Margis container, we will have other two images and knowledge store. So let's go there and we see margins which we already created. I mean, previously we created the collaterals and the review material is there. Now we go into the knowledge store. We saw that all the JSONs will be available in this. We can knowledge projection JSONs. We can go and see the content. I can click on edit. Technically, I'm not going to edit, but just wanted to show you that the JSON exists over here. Okay, so I'll close that and let's come back to the blob containers. Let's get into the same images. Let me go to the, because first one I already see, I know that what that file is. Can I say edit? I don't know. Oh, this is the fastest way. Oh God, I saw the same image. I wanted to escape from this. So again, I came to the same. Let's go here. Let me check the first one in that case. Okay, Burj Khalifa. So what else it is giving as the information. That is that giving anything here? No, it is not. But we are able to see that that's in the another document. Let me go and open a second one. At least to a decent extent, we'll be able to see images from three different PDFs. Images. Oh, okay, okay, I understood. So, if a PDF has got multiple images, it is tagging it as 01 and 02. I think this is Fountain and Trafalgar Square. Okay, at least to a decent extent, we saw that. Let's validate it. I think Dubai brochure. This has got the Burj Khalifa, the first image. I think it had got two images, underscore 0 and underscore 1. I think the second image will be this. And the Margis travel company. I don't wanted to see this because again I saw this, no problem. I don't know whether it is from San Francisco. No, it's not this. Could be from London or Las Vegas. It's not from the Las Vegas. Could be London. Ah, this one exactly. Fountains. It's from the London one. So I think technically, if you go back and try to see the image, here we have seen we are in the same container. What image we have seen? You have seen one. So if you go and click, should be the other image from the same PDF. There you go, the London Bridge. So right, so we saw that how that's things are getting stored. And let's see the tables. We can see we have different tables. We have got all the tags and other things are getting stored here. And maybe there are other columns also, but we are seeing only the phrases. So we wanted the tags and the locations. Let's see Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and all you're seeing that Burj Khalifa, and you're coming United Kingdom. See this one which we have seen, Great Britain. This is the Las Vegas. A lot of other things are there. That's cool. And from the docs perspective, okay, so it is recording all the docs which it processed. So you can see those one. Some of these, the top seven, I assume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6 or 7? Yeah, 6 items. So 6 items from collateral folder, and rest of the things are from review folder. So it's maintaining all the 72 rows. If I, yeah, 72 items. So it is exactly matching with the number of files which we have uploaded. And anything else? We saw the uh, file projections we have seen. I think we have seen to a decent extent this one also. Oh, the file name is here. I didn't focus on that one. So I'm sorry. Let's spend a second or two on that to see. So there you go. So you have the file name, and it is giving the complete URL also. You can see this. That's the file name and the URL. Rest of the things are, you can see what language, what is the sentiment, and I mean, looks like this is all the things which are getting extracted. It is in a JSON format, key phrases, and everything. So we have seen this to a decent extent. We have seen the images to a decent extent, and the table creation. We saw the docs is the one which stores all the files which were processed in this one. Okay, so that's one which we have completed. So we can say that we are done with module 3, module 1, 2, and 3. So with module 4, again, we'll mix. I'll see that we will be doing this chapters here. It's not this. I think it's the getting started. I just want to do the module 1 and module 6 at the same time. If not, I'll do a separate session on that one. But anyways, today we will give a try on that. So remaining 13 to 15 minutes, we do have to a decent extent. Let's spend that time on this one. Let's go to the AI Foundry, and we'll spend some time to understand what AI Foundry is and other things, because these are the content which has come in latest. So along with this, we completed this entire chapter, but there were few changes. This first module and the sixth module were introduced, so we are backfilling those. We'll come back to this one. So this is the AI Foundry. We can click on this AI Foundry, so it will take us to the AI Foundry page. So one important thing to understand, this is for a broader collaboration when we want to create it. So one simple sentence like Azure Open, Azure AI Foundry and Azure AI Hub. There are two different projects. So AI Foundry are good for agent and chart development. Simple. AI Foundry is good for AI agent and chart. Now, if you see that AI hub based projects, they are more suitable for enterprise development teams. We'll come back and again we will go deep into the weeds to find out like what all the things which are different, what uh, permissions or powers does AI Foundry has versus what the AI Hub has. We'll do the probing into that in the next session, but I mean next and coming sessions, because if you see, we do have to a decent extent an entire section, like if you see for the agents, and an entire section for Foundry. So definitely there's a lot which is going to come. So we'll spend a decent time to get things under us. So now see this in the home page, explore models and its capabilities. So you can see this. We do have that explore models, and so some of the things it is giving it, but we will be able to see explore the models. What go to full model catalog where we can see different models and new announcements and whatever are there. So we can see this. We can search what we want based on the collection or industry or the capability. So just wanted the models to be having the reasoning capabilities, or the models which are having the assistant support, only these models, and the models which are having the agent support. So we saw that GPT-4, 4o mini. Do we have GPT 4.5? No, not it. So GPT-4. These are the models. Like we can do pretty much the filtering on that one. And compare models. We can do compare models and browse the leaderboard. So see that who's using uh, which models, and just to know that what models are pretty much used by many people or a percentage of people. You can see that O3 quality index is 9, and O4 mini is 8.9. So again, we can see the cost perspective also. We can see that GPT 4.1 nano is something like uh, 0.17, and something is 0.87. I mean, sorry, from the cost perspective, I don't want to compare two different things. From the quality perspective, is this one, and from the price perspective, is this one, and the throughput. Now we have to do the trade-off. If something which is little bit cheaper and the quality index is also falling down, will it make sense to use that? If the customers are okay with that, we can use it. I'm not telling that you should not use it, but here if you see this, assume that this is same O3, and it is costing little less. And oh, okay, I'm giving a wrong example. Something will take this like 0.87, something the quality index is 0.87, which is coming little cheaper, the 0.87 model, and the throughput also is little less. So here what is happening is you are having a model which is coming for little cheaper, and the quality index is slightly lesser than the other models. So now it's up to us and the business unit to decide whether can we go ahead with this model, because that it's coming for cheaper, and might be we are using for some project which might not need that much of quality index. Could be something like you're creating, some other people might review it, and the process is stricter on the other side, we might use it. Again, it depends upon different things. I don't want to say that you can use it, but it depends upon your project. But we saw to a decent extent. Okay, so we will not create it. We'll just spend some time on this one today, because I want to cover both the units, or I will take a separate section, and then we will do a deep dive on that one. And let me go to any one of our this thing. Let's go to the Sweden one. Now let's use this. So here we can see Azure AI Foundry. Do you have a project? I don't have any project. So I should have created a new project here in the Azure AI Foundry. So here we can see that Azure AI Foundry resources or AI resources. Now let's we can click on go. It gives a project name, and here you can see that the project, it's pointing to a project, and that's where we'll create all the resources. We'll just browse through, and in the management for that project we can go deep into that, but at least today we'll spend time. I think this is the one which I already created. I'm not sure. That's the directory, and I think it's not a project. Again, it's referring to uh, AI resources. So even with that, we can work, whether it's an individual AI resources. See, this all are the AI resources. We have selected this, and again, this is like individually you're working with one AI resources coming into the AI Foundry. Previously, it's like we used to call like AI portal. Now it's being called as AI Foundry. Now again, you can work with this individual resource, or you can work with AI Foundry project, and we can work with Hub. So we saw that three different things here. So we saw that AI Foundry based projects and hub based projects. And the other way to look at it is individual resource. Even if I have individual resources, see this, these are the individual resources. But if I come in here, we saw that it creates a AI foundry based project and hub based project, but we'll come back to this creating in the next episode. There are a lot of different things are there. We can look at this. We have we can browse through a lot of the models here, and we can look at the completions. I don't know who's using these completions, but I think this is support though. Still, I don't know. Inference task or just completions. I think there are two models, DaVinci and Babbage. I don't think it will allow us to create it because I tried quite a few times. This one, okay, retirement date, it's already retired. So deployment, it's not available. That's what I was just trying to use it, but yeah, it doesn't. So the chart assistant video creation is something new, but the chart and everything it is available. But in the next episode, we'll come into a deep dive. We have quite a few playgrounds, and we can see the deployed resources here, and service endpoints I didn't explore, but again we need to look at the quota vector stores and other things are there slowly as and when, because we have a lot of content to discuss. Like if you see develop generative AI and develop generative AI solutions with Azure OpenAI and Foundry models and agents. These three things will be heavy on, will be playing on that, or hub or different things are there. I think these two things we have completed to a decent extent. Let's see. Let's see real quick. This is one. This is two. This is three. This is four. This is five. This one almost looks, except this implement responsible generative AI. Except that, I mean, all are big ticket items, and this shows that everything is done in the generative AI in Open Foundry. Uh, but we'll be spending time on that to ensure that things have been covered. And these are creating agents, so everything is new in that. And I think NLP, the only thing as we discussed, the Gen AI piece has been added here. If you see, whatever we have covered in the previous things, everything is green except this one piece which has been added. Similarly, I am assuming it is the case in this one also. The last piece has been added. So to a decent extent, rest of the things we have covered. Okay. So I think that's it from my side. Back to you, Parth.
It was a wonderful session for today. And yes, any questions, please drop all your questions in the comment section. Meanwhile, I have also shared you the link for your take your learning further. It's again in the comment section. So hopefully go through it. If you have any questions, you can again reach out to Swami or his LinkedIn. I have even have posted his LinkedIn. You can reach him out or his GitHub. I also have his GitHub here. And so yes, so Swami, I don't think any questions coming up. So should we call for a wrap?
Okay.
Thank you, Swami. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you everyone for joining us today. See you all soon at another session. Thank you so much.
Night, folks.